I say is alleged, my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only.
Hey, let's get into this review of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 6, Episode 25. That's what my TV say. A Stormy is a Brewing. So we open up with the Fletchers at their dinner, and Nell is going off on her son, little Chris, for wanting his dog back without paying back the money that he owes them. Lexi said, flag on the play, and Nell was like, shut the hell up, Lexi. Then they talk about, Lance hiring and firing little Chris because he be slacking. He talks about having to borrow money from his parents as well. And Nell is feeling away because the kids go to Chris instead of Nell. Nell talks about buying cars for the children. And Lexi says she never got a car. But Nell let it be known that she dropped $22K on her new white car. Chris said, here we go again. Every time an argument starts with Lexi, she brings up this car. Lexi says she feels like she's been treated differently. Nell said, we can open it up. Lexi said she have gone years without talking to them. And Kayla said that was your choice. We reached out to you and you blocked everybody. She said you were in a different household and you chose to get mad at certain things. And Lexi really didn't say nothing about that, but okay. Lance said, you have what was me kind of thing going on. And Lexi said she never been around the family. Nell said to stop lying. She said she has not been on family vacations. She brings up an employee appreciation day that Nell had that she was not invited to. Now, I'm going to have to stop you there. If it was employee appreciation, why is she inviting her? But anyway, so Nell said, listen, you cussed me out and we were not talking. Lexi was like, I never cussed you out. Lexi said Nell said, you cussed me out many times. She said, y'all was barely at my wedding. They said because we didn't get invited. We wasn't talking. So that's why we wasn't barely on your invite list. Lexi said, if you guys are going to lie, I will effing leave. That right there tells me that she cussed Nell out before. Probably cussed her brothers and sisters out before too. So Nell was like, don't disrespect me in my house. And Lexi gets up. She told them they could kiss her ass. Kept saying it, calling them assholes and the whole nine. So you can't tell me you ain't cussed Miss Nell out before if you doing this right here on national TV. But okay. The family said this happens all the time. Kiki said Lexi comes here every time and look at what everyone got and she wants the same thing. And it turns into this. Lexi has some stuff to work on though. She has to sit down and talk to Chris to figure out what it is that's really bothering her. Now, the issue I have is all she complained about is a car. She ain't say, nothing drastic. She just complained about material things. But anyway, Chris was not there. She said that Chris was not there for her. No. So Chris ended up going outside to talk to Lexi. So she basically said to Chris that Chris was not there for her. He didn't come into her life until she was 28. She done pissed Chris Fletcher off. And Chris is pretty, even tone. And she done pissed him off. He was like, you gonna lie, you can go home. He also said to her, although, there was times he wasn't there for her. He was there for her before she was 28. And he tells her to leave because she's lying. She said she will burn this house down. All right, now, hold on now. Now, that right there was enough for me because she would never be invited to my house talking like that. Okay? Next, we got Stormy and Courtney. Stormy and Courtney talking about Stormy being a mediator between Tiffany and Kiki. She plans to invite them over to her house to try to get them to talk. They talk about Kyle, who's still there at her house, and him helping out with Canvas Beauty, and that things are much better. Stormy said 2022 was a hard year for her and her business, and she said it was really bad. She said she's a stronger CEO now because before she wouldn't fire people, but now she'll fire people that don't mean well for her business. Then Courtney hit her with, I'm bringing Junior back. The same cousin that she fired on the show. In my opinion, as I said in my review when it happened, I was like, Junior was a sacrificial firing for the cameras. I ain't believe it. Anyway, it just didn't seem genuine to me. Stormy said she will leave that decision to Courtney to make the right decision with Junior. But why did you fire him in the first place? As she said and I said, anyway. Martel is moving in the dead of the night. The only people that move in the dead of the night are people who have to be out the next day or your stuff going to be on the curb, okay? Okay, but Martel said that he's moving at this time of night because it's the only time he could get help. He said it was hard for him to find a house in this market because he had 5 kids. He said a realtor friend got him this place, and once he got approved to move in, he was able to move in. I'm going to leave that right So Martel calls Chris to let him know that he moved out of his client's house. He said it's been so much turmoil with the owner and Chris wanting him to move out the house. Yeah, you holding up progress. People want to sell their house. You lucky they let you stay as long as they did. Okay, he said he wasn't moving until he found something. The nerve. See, this is why you can't do favors for people like Martel, okay? These people extended their house to you. And they probably did it on the strength of Chris, okay? And you in the way of them making a sale. For your own selfish needs, okay? They don't owe you nothing. Anyway, Martel asked, how's Nell doing? Chris said, she's fine, but don't talk to my wife like that no more. Martel said Chris just said something to him to appease his wife. He's sure he wasn't trying to be disrespectful. Like, Martel, you act like people got to appease you. He's only right to say something to you if his wife came to him about it. The hell? That's why you're not married now. Anyway, Mel and Britney. Mel is still bothered that Britney was not at her name-changing ceremony. Mel feels like, Britney was there for everything. Like when she met Lil Buddy. Yo, that shit was hilarious when he had them walk across the screen and Mel was taller than Martel. That was funny. She said Britney was there for the wedding and the divorce. Britney said, well, how can I make it up to you? She said she should have another ceremony. Britney said she really wanted to be there, but her niece was turning 16 and she had to be there for her niece. So Mel decides that Britney would be good to help her find new love. So Mel asked Britney what you think she needs, and Britney hit every nail on the head. They are true besties. She knows Mel very well. Britney says she will not be looking for prospects in Huntsville, and Mel says she may be international Uchi. Okay, this was a cute scene. So Chris comes to see Nell at the end of the day at the job, at her office, okay? Chris said Lexi did a lot at that dinner. He said Lexi keeps saying she feels mistreated, but the only thing she keeps bringing up is the Mercedes and BMWs, which are material things. Exactly what I said in the beginning of my review. Nell lets us know that Lexi has been in her life since she was 6 months old. But according to Lexi at that dinner, she says she don't be around the family. What? Nell says she can't explain herself to Lexi anymore. Nell feels like she gets the short end of the stick when it comes to what Lexi was told versus the truth. So they talk about Little Chris. Little Chris have been MIA since the dinner. Nell brings up that Kiki said Nell is not the easiest person to talk to, so they always go to Uncle Chris. So they resigned to be more strict, especially with their money, so that their kids can learn on their own and get on their own 2 feet. Chris said they should do family counseling. Nell said the counselors need counseling, and they absolutely do sometimes. So they agreed to family counseling. Now, I wonder if the kids are going to be on board, especially Lexi, okay? So last scene, we got Stormi, Kiki, and Tiffany. Kiki said that Stormi, first of all, Kiki comes in her cute little pink, I think it looked pink on TV anyway, like a hot pink short set business suit type of thing. And she takes off her jacket because she already hot. So she lets Stormi know that, her taking a methadone makes her sweat more than she usually sweats. So Stormi is like, well, if that's what she got to do to stay on track to her sobriety, I'm all for it. So Stormi asks how is her and Letitia doing. Kiki says she is over it and don't want to fix anything with Letitia or anybody on that side. Kiki said Letitia nitpicks at everything she do and she's not taking it anymore. She said if it wasn't for her, Letitia wouldn't have been to college, but when she brings stuff up like that, nobody wants to acknowledge that. So Stormi says she wants her and Tiffany to talk. Kiki says she's losing her appetite, okay? Stormi acknowledges that Tiffany was being nastily shady to Kiki when she did that interview with Carlos King. They show Tiffany and all the shade she threw at Kiki. Now, I have to say, Carlos was kind of egging that on, okay? Talking about Kiki coming after her. Now, I've been watching this show, and I ain't see Kiki say nothing about Tiffany. Not a thing. Until Kiki said something about her. Until Tiffany said something about her. So Kiki said Tiffany is throwing shade, but switching it up and making it look like it's Kiki. So Kiki is ready to talk to her and let her know what it is. And Tiffany walks in, of course, with the baby. You know, she knew what she was doing, her scary ass. Anyway, that was the end of the episode. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when my next video comes out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.